Hello and welcome to another Scrubcast with me, Emmy. Today we're going to be looking at a game between Lefy and Liquid TLO on Xelnaga Caverns. And I'm just going to sort out where the positions are on my overlay and we'll get cracking, so let's get going. So Lefy, the purple Zergy, at the 2 o'clock position against TLO, the red Zergy, down at the 7 o'clock position. As they say there, have fun, the good luck, have fun. From TLO and Lefy, good mannered players. And I hope this game isn't as short as the previous one, doesn't end quite so abruptly. But likely will TLO, very good player. Lefy, as I've never heard the name before. Not to say that Lefy isn't somebody to pay attention to, that's just personally, I haven't heard the name before. I don't pay that close attention to the German scene, which is where this game was played, in the German StarCraft 2 scene. So, we now see TLO sending out his drone. Is it going to be a hatch first, or is it just going to be a scouting drone? As we now see both of them out scouting away. Overlords almost exactly at the same places on their respective side of the maps. As we now see the spawning pool down for TLO, it looks like again perhaps Lefy is going to go for hatch first. It does look like he's going hatch first for a 16 hatch. And will TLO again just send Lings and kill it? I would imagine he might. So perhaps Lefy this game will try and get his spawning pool up a tiny bit earlier, as we do see his spawning pool now just going down on 15. TLO also getting his expansion down and almost only a little bit behind Lefy, as we see this one singular drone pecking away at the hatch of Lefy, and I believe we'll probably see some Zerglings soon, but TLO is opting, it seems, to just stick with the drones for the time being. He's going to try and take this game a bit deeper than the last one, not going to attack this time around, perhaps thinking that Lefy will be expecting it. Lefy training up some drones in case that attack comes, and now the problem with TLO not having made drones is, could he perhaps have the opposite done this game and end up losing his hatch? As we now see the gas steel going for TLO, and finally his drone has to retreat. Will be killed. Looks like it was killed. As we see now, these Lings gonna poke forward, force TLO into making some Lings of his own. And he's gonna have about 8 Lings out on the field. As we see the vomit lava there from the Queen. And again, TLO should be able to see this off fairly easily, with the home field advantage once again, as we see both of them starting speed at almost the exact same time. You're going to obviously see much heavier Ling-based play in this game than we were with the Roaches last game, as TLO comfortably taking down that attack, and now moving out with Lings of his own. Going to go up and put some pressure on at the base of Lefy. Lefy making 16 drones, that could have been 16 Lings, that could have been 8 more drones. But obviously knows this attack is coming, has no choice, as we see now TLO getting a Roach Warren up, as a lot of Lings means a lot of Lings, and TLO's speed will kick in ever so slightly earlier. than Lefy's, but it will literally be about 2 or 3 seconds before, as we now see, TLO having to run away because of the home field advantage there again. Lefy enough to see TLO off. It's speed almost done, about 90% done for both. More Lings in production for Lefy, but now roaches coming down for TLO. 9 of them should be popping out fairly soon, as we see a massive Ling force is now coming down towards TLO's base, and that is a huge amount of Lings. 44 Lings against 8 roaches, and they're going to do a massive run by. But these roaches obviously in the choke, able to deal quite well with the Lings, as the Lings can only attack 2 or 3 at a time. And TLO doing a little bit of damage, I do believe, with his own Lings, and now he's going to go back in for the counter. He's going to take out these drones. Beautiful work by TLO. In range of the spine crawler, but they're not going to mind all that much about that. He's taking down those drones. Now he runs away again. And again, tons of Lings in production. A roach warren just finished for Lefy. He comes down with another bunch of Lings poking out. And obviously, with the Overlords and the Creep, the map hack of the Zerg, TLO sees all of this coming, will be fully prepared. Still hasn't got much going at this base yet. Doesn't really need to worry about that too much at the moment. Needs units. And of course Zerg have to make a choice whether they want to build units or drones, as he's got this really nicely saturated base here. As we see the Lings going to take the long route around, try and sneak in along the back. TLO with all his roaches and his queen at the front. There's now a Baneling nest coming up for TLO. Camera a bit shoddy there. As we see now, the Lings come in, poke in, take a bit of damage onto the hatchery, and then run away. Trying to bait in the roaches so they can get that nice surround. TLO's Baneling nest almost done. That'll be huge when it comes along. He's got plenty of Lings coming to turn into Banelings. So, not very much money to do it with. As you see now, 7 Banes in production. More Lings on their way. Now TLO wants to really go on the attack here so he can build some drones, and that looks like what he's going to try and do. As we see Lefy going to come in and flank him, just going to come straight in for the base, but going to find some bangs, and beautiful Banes. Shouldn't have let those finish because all those Lings go down. Only a couple left. That queen will be enough to deal with those. Now TLO starts to poke into the base of Lefy. As we see the Lings get by, they're going for the roach warren, and the roaches with the Banes coming in. And the Banes trying to make it forward to the roaches. Beautiful Banelings, just not enough of them. Roaches do fairly well against Banelings, being an armoured unit. They fare quite well. But now TLO is up into the main base of Lefy, and he has slight numbers advantage, and more reinforcements on their way. Looks like this could be the push that ends it, as now drones being pulled, everything being pulled for Lefy. As we see these beautiful work by TLO. Lefy doing quite well to defend it, but does look, will he clean it up in time? Looks like he will just about clean this up. See more Lings on the way for TLO, and more Lings on the way as well for Lefy. But now Lefy down to just 6 probes, 5 probes, and that, I'm afraid, will likely be GG. Solo on drones, trying to build some more, but it's just going to be an unsurmountable lead for TLO now, as the spine crawler is trying to keep this base alive. TLO just going to back off for a while. As now we see more Lings coming, Roaches coming, Evo Chambers down for TLO for double ups. And starts with the missile attacks, the ranged attack upgrade for the Zergies. Obviously, the upgrade for the Roaches, no upgrades yet for the Lings. With our Zergies, they do like their ranged upgrade, much like the Zergies who go... Oh, and there's the well play, just gives up right there and then. TLO about to come in for the final attack. And Lefy just taps out. Great games there from TLO. I did promise some TLO, so I found some TLO. Got some more matches coming up for you, so stay tuned. Check out the YouTube channel and make sure you're there for another Scrubcast. I will see you next time.